everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So my name is Michelle and I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So we're going to talk about the second full moon of May, this full moon that will happen in the sign of Sagittarius on the 31st of May, 2026 at 9 degrees. And I'm going to start with explaining this full moon in general. There's a lot of aspects, so I'm going to kind of decipher this with you. And then we're going to go to all the signs, okay? Most accurate is your rising sign, and also this is Western astrology, okay? So let's have a look at this full moon, okay? It's called a blue moon, and this means that it's the second full moon in the same month, and it happens every 2 to 3 years, okay? That's why you also know this expression, right? Once in a blue moon, not that often, okay? So yeah, let's understand first what is the energy of Sagittarius, okay? Because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so this is a very optimistic energy. This is an energy that likes to explore through experience, okay? That's why it's tied to traveling. It's a fire sign, so it likes to keep moving, and I really want to, I want to be open to whatever comes my way, and I know it's going to be okay. So this is a glass half full energy, okay? So we can say that this full moon is going to bring some excitement. Maybe you want to travel. It's a beautiful time to travel. And it's in an opposition with Gemini. Now, Gemini energy is more focused on, it's more receptive to learn from people, okay, than Sagittarius. Sagittarius is like, I'm going to learn it myself and then I'm going to teach it. Whereas Gemini likes to learn from a teacher and then teaches it to other people. Very sociable. And we have it with Uranus. So it's in a conjunction with Uranus. So this is a very open-minded energy, very curious. So, when we just look at this full moon, it's going to be very optimistic, very exciting. Maybe you want to start a new study. Maybe you're starting to become a teacher, and you're very excited about that. And, you're letting yourself be guided and be curious. And, it's a mix of meeting people and understanding where they come from versus your own experience. Okay. So it's a good time to start something like that. Maybe you're doing some kind of course, or you're starting, yeah, like I said, new study. It could be that you're starting a new belief system, something you believe in, or you're going to explore more about different belief systems, philosophy, religion, culture, starting learning a new language. So maybe you're traveling to learn a specific language. So it's really about following your curiosity, okay? Now, this moon is trine Saturn and Neptune. They're in Aries. So, Saturn in Aries is really just holding you back a little bit from moving forward 100%, right? But it's a trine, so it's very positive. It makes you a bit more cautious, and, through too much impulsivity, Saturn is going to hold you back and it's going to let you create a plan. Okay. So also you understand yourself better. You're going to look back and be a little bit more, I don't know how to say it in English, but like you're going to observe yourself a bit more. Okay. And you're going to be forced to do so. So in general, it's a positive energy. So have a little bit of a plan. Okay. Not full on, not all the fire is supporting you, but most of it is. Okay. So little plan in place would be good. We have the Sun conjunct Uranus in a trine with Pluto. Pluto went retrograde on the 6th of May. So Pluto is powerful, it's strong, okay? It's still retrograde, but you're going to channel your inner power to get stuff done, okay? Beautiful time to take action on something, your passion, something, even working on the house, because we have Venus and Jupiter in Cancer. So some of you are doing some works on the house or getting maybe a second resident or looking for that, okay? Especially June is going to be absolutely fantastic if you want to buy property, okay? The video I'm going to work on by the end of May, so you will have the predictions for June, okay? So Mercury is there very strong in Gemini and it's squaring Neptune. So it could be because Neptune dissolves things, right? It makes things foggy. I'm gonna daydream. And Mercury is very strong in Gemini. So there is a little bit of a conflict. Okay. So if you need to focus, maybe sometimes you're zoning out. So make sure you ground yourself very well. Okay. We don't have a lot of earth energy. We have Mars in Taurus now. So there could be some miscommunication just because maybe you left out some information and people just not understand where you 100% come from. Okay. Mars square Pluto retrograde. So Mars in Taurus is about, maybe you have this force, this power to make money. Like, I'm going to go 100% for what I want to do. So Mars square Pluto can be a few things, right? In its negative form, it can be power struggles, struggles related to money, especially in your community or your friends, among your friends, because Aquarius is related to community, friends, disagreements about money. But in the highest sense, it's a huge force that can, if you're working on something creative right now, this is absolutely fantastic. You're going to get the power and the will to get through it because Mars square Pluto can channel inner power. Okay. It's Pluto retrograde. So you're going to channel it internally. It's great for meditation or doing some yoga and channel this power and then work on your passion. So this full moon is also squaring the nodes, right? We don't really say it's a grand cross because, it needs to entail 4 planets, but still the tension is there. So if we look at Sagittarius as a sign that is very open, ruled by Jupiter, Jupiter now is exalted in Cancer. So there will be this optimistic vibe. Your family can be very supportive of your plans as well, supporting you. But the nodes are kind of telling you, like, the North Node in Pisces is saying you also have to surrender. So Pluto square Mars can be a bit of control. So it's a bit contradictive energy, right? Because we have the Sun with Uranus, which is very open-minded, and then we have some placements that contradict. So, when we have so many aspects, usually it's just a bit of a confusing energy. So write things down, make a plan, and then surrender how it's going to happen. Okay. But follow your excitement for sure, because this full moon is going to overrule the other aspects right now. Venus is square Saturn. So even though good things might be happening, right, there could be some problem with, do I deserve this? Am I worthy of things that are coming my way? Maybe you feel a bit insecure about your looks because Saturn is in Aries, can create insecurity about looks. You know, yeah, you see it a lot right now, especially on social media, that people are um, becoming very aware of their looks and they're trying to change a lot of things. But first, we have to work on ourselves, internal self-love, okay? Internal love, because you're starting to look more beautiful when the inside, when your heart is radiating. Like when you meet these people that are not necessarily physically attractive, but they have this something. They have this charm or they have this like magnetic pull, you know? And I'm not talking about, charm that comes from very selfish people. They can put on a charm, but people that are very centered, that have the energy in the heart. Okay. So this is what you're going to do. Going to center. So any insecurities that are holding you back for doing the things that you want, even you might travel and you feel a bit nervous. And watch out for money scams, okay? Because we have Venus, which is also money, square Saturn, and we have Mars in Taurus square Pluto. So be aware of that, okay? Too good to be true situations. So let's start with all the signs. Here we have Aries. So Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yeah, we have this full moon in Sagittarius in your 9th house. So a fantastic time for traveling. We have Uranus and in a conjunction with the Sun in Gemini and opposing this full moon in Sagittarius. So This is a time to read your favorite books, to start a new study, to travel, higher learning. Okay, maybe you are into philosophy and all those things, but you also want to do some fact checking. Okay, so um, putting those two together, like finding some proof, finding some facts, maybe asking people's opinions, what they think about certain things. You could be traveling to your siblings, or your siblings are traveling to you, and you could have just really open conversations. We do have Mercury in a square with Neptune. Neptune is in your in your first house. So especially if you're an early degree Aries, you might feel like a bit like daydreaming, and it does give this magnetic glow. Neptune, it's very ethereal. Okay, so people will feel like they're going to observe you maybe a bit more if you feel like things are changing. It's because you have this Neptunian, vibe that is very mysterious. It's very hard to grasp. Okay, but yeah, maybe through that people lose what you have to say. So just make sure that the way you communicate, or the way you say things, or you can channel. If you're a channeler, you channel information, you meditate before, it's going to be quite an easy flow. Okay. Mars is in the second house in Taurus, and it's squaring Pluto retrograde in the 11th. So be aware of, money problems with community or friends, like expectations, right? And what to give, because sometimes it's hard. Imagine, having a lot of birthdays in a year, or a lot of weddings, baby showers, all these things. And, that's a lot of money. And if you cannot afford all this money, you have to be, kind of honest about how much you can spend on things. Okay. Also honest to yourself. Um, so we have this full moon squaring the nodes. Okay, the North node in Pisces in the 12th house, and the South node is in the 6th house. So if you're traveling, if you're studying or something, make sure that you take a break, that you relax, that you think about your heart, your body, and that you care for yourself very well. We have Venus in Cancer squaring Saturn in the first house. So you are working on self-love and breaking the cycle in the family, right? We are breaking a lot of cycles now for our ancestors, right? So uncomfortable feelings might be coming up, and they're there for you to heal. Okay, maybe you're recently moved and you just need to settle in a little bit. Okay, but things are gonna get better very, very soon, Aries. Let me get you a card. Oop. Okay, they want to jump out. So I have unlimited potential. Okay, I feel like giving this little boost, because I feel like we are in a time where so many things are happening, and I feel like everybody needs a little bit of self-confidence and a little boost. So, you can say this to yourself, like, I trust myself to create only that which is for my highest good and greatest joy, that which is perfect for my spiritual growth and evolution. So everything is meant to be, everything is helping you grow. And, go into this full moon in Sagittarius with glass helpful, seeing opportunities. You're doing the best you can, right? You're doing the best you can. Intention is everything. So don't give up on your dreams, things that you really want to do. Maybe there's a little obstacle, but it doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. Okay. So that is my message for you, my amazing Aries. If you want to help me spread this video, support my channel, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, your aspects, how you're experiencing this month so far. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And until next time, let's go to Taurus. Taurus, Sun, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon, this blue moon in Sagittarius at 9 degrees in your 8th house. So this has to do with your money, but not your money. This is the money that comes in through third parties. So for some of you, that can mean there can be some money coming in through insurance, right? This could be from a travel, maybe your stuff got stolen somehow, and now insurance is going to cover that. It could be that your spouse or your partner is traveling and is making good money there, which is positive for both of your bank accounts. Now we also have the Sun in Gemini conjunct Uranus, very curious energy. So you might feel really inspired, new ways to make money. And with Gemini there in the second house, it could be that you're thinking about another source of income. Let me know if that's you. If you're a Taurus rising and you are having a second stream of income or thinking about that. So it's quite a blessing, okay? A day of blessings. We have, what did I want to say? Let's say something. Yeah, we have the Sun, Uranus, also in a trine with Pluto in the 10th house. So Pluto is retrograde in the 10th house, okay? So a lot of you Taurus are considering maybe a different path with when it comes to work, considering a new career, considering changing jobs, or just doing the work that you do in a different way. Now we have Mars in your first house, so you're definitely having more energy around this time than the beginning of May. And this Mars is good because there's going to be an intense energy coming through. And there might be some struggles with the boss or with work. Could be just an internal struggle. Like maybe you don't feel so free in the workplace or in your work, and you kind of feel like to break free. You're taking off layers. Yeah, maybe you're feeling that you're being controlled in some way, even if you're, not working, but you kind of feel like the public projects things onto you, which you don't feel like is very correct. Because what I've seen is that people who have a strong Pluto, or if Pluto's in a prominent place like 10th house, which is going into the public, is that sometimes people project things. Okay, they're starting to say things that is coming from their perspective. Okay. We have this full moon in Sagittarius squaring the nodes. Okay, the North node is in the 11th house and the South node is in the 5th house. So, your money matters could have to do with your children, organizing that, also looking at how much you're spending on fun stuff. So there could be a little bit of a budget coming through, looking at how much you're spending, but most likely it's more spending on having fun. So then we also have Venus and Jupiter in the 3rd house, and in June it's going to be in a conjunction, which is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm already looking forward to make the June video, but you will already start to feel this build up. Okay, good things are coming. So Venus is now in a square with Saturn. So this is a bit about self-love, and maybe you feel like the way you communicate or the way you're talking about something is not good enough. There could be some subconscious fear coming up. It could be related to the past. Did I say that right? Was that, and this might be internal because Jupiter is there in the 3rd house. So people feel like what you have to say, what you're writing about is actually really resonating with them. Okay. And with Cancer in the 3rd house, you have such a nurturing voice. Like people are going to be very attracted to what you have to say, Taurus. So let me get you a card. I want to have this positive heart card. So this is it. It is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. So sometimes we have a pattern in our mind, a thought that is maybe not so positive, but actually you have the power to change that thought. Okay. My thoughts and words will create my future. My thought forms the experiences of tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year. So you can create the way you see yourself and, the way you see your future. Okay. So, and it's very important that the words match with your heart, right? Because otherwise it doesn't feel genuine. So I usually recommend people to connect their throat chakra with your heart so that you speak from the heart. It's going to be so much easier, right? To connect with yourself, and your words are powerful. So what you speak, what you say is very powerful. And especially now with Jupiter in the third house. So I think this is such a beautiful card, and this can help you really reconnect with how you think. And the more pure your thoughts are, you will see your skin change. You will start to glow. Okay. Do it as a little experiment. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Taurus. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it. Also leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. How is May going so far? What are your plans? Do you have any travel plans? Um, did you have any money coming in? Um, yeah. So thank you so much for being here. And until next time, let's go to Gemini. So Gemini, Sun, and Rising, but especially Gemini Rising. We have this full moon in Sagittarius there in your seventh house. So this could be a day or a timing that you could meet someone new, okay? New partner coming into your life. This can be someone that you meet during traveling, because also the sun is conjunct Uranus and it's trining Pluto in the ninth house, okay? You might be traveling to a certain place, and with Pluto it can be very transformational. So with Aquarius there on the cusp of the ninth house, um a lot of Gemini are very eager to go abroad and maybe do some voluntary work, or learn something, do like a workshops, learn something new. It can even be for a career. And traveling to this place can really change right now the way you see the world. Okay, so yeah, you could definitely meet someone on a trip or during a study. um, or you could be traveling with your partner right now, or just having this interesting conversations about life, having this nice dinner together and have just good discussions together. Yeah, being more together than with friends. Okay. So yeah, a friend could be more than just a friend, okay? Because we have this full moon in a trine with Neptune and Saturn, okay? Saturn is filtering your friendships, so it's really showing you your true friends, or maybe not true friends, maybe it's more than friends. So if you're looking for new love, then that's the way to look at it. We have Mars in the 12th house, so take it easy, because when Mars is in the 12th house, it's usually take it easy energy. Like it's gonna drain your energy quickly. So take some rest when you need to. And also with Pluto in the ninth house, okay? So if you're traveling, it could be that you're not sleeping that well in that place. Your sleep might be more restless. And it could be this internal anger coming up. This can be related to past lives, because 12th house can be related to the past or your past life. So listen to this anger coming up. It might have to do with your self-worth, maybe people questioning your self-worth. And, there are times that we just don't get triggered in the moment, but we kind of store all these things. And then there's a time that we're kind of feeling all of it at once, okay? This full moon is also squaring the nodes, okay? So make sure you don't lose track of work, because the North Node is in the 10th house and the South Node is in the 4th. If you are spending time with your partner, you're having such a good time, or, it can also be just a very healing time, okay? Where, yeah, you are doing well with a business partner, because we have Sagittarius there in the 7th house, ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in the 2nd house of money. So there could be some money coming in through a partnership, okay, or through customers. Maybe people want to, give you some extra money for you doing your work very well, okay. Also, legal situations might be seeing a result right now that is positive on your side, because uh, Sagittarius is ruling the ninth house, okay? So legal situations can work out very well for you. We have Venus square Saturn. So Jupiter's in the 2nd house, helping you earning more money. And Venus is there in a square with Saturn in the 11th. So make sure you agree well with friends or your community on how to, with money. And then you give what you want to give. I always say you have to give if you want to give, it's best to give without expecting anything back, so that you are all in agreement. So let me get you a card, Gemini. I have these heart cards. Okay, so I'm going to read it up out loud for you. I create wonderful new beliefs for myself. So it's a time where maybe you start to believe in yourself, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. This is about optimism. Maybe you didn't believe in yourself for a little while there. My consciousness is now being filled with positive thought patterns that contribute to my health, wealth, and loving relationships. Okay. So it's so important that sometimes a lot of things, yes, are set, predestined. But if we are not feeling well, and we see that sometimes with people that have everything, but they're not happy, always looking for more, because they are not in alignment with themselves. When you're happy with yourself, you can see beauty in the smallest things. Okay. And you do have free will to change certain things, especially if you're on the spiritual path. You can change things. Okay. That's why I combine astrology with spiritual growth, because it's so important, and you can change things. You can change the way you see life. You can enjoy every single day, even though if not much happens. You're not always trying to achieve, always trying to run after something, and you're not sure what it is. It can be just sitting somewhere and just seeing the trees that are going to make you happy. Okay. So very positive moon, very positive. And especially June, I'm so excited for that, because that's going to do so well for your finances. Anyways, Gemini, I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to help me support my channel, subscribe to it. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear, what your plans are. Yeah. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Let's go to Cancer. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this full moon in Sagittarius in your 6th house at 9 degrees on the 31st of May. So this is about your health, right? And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So maybe time for a new diet, because Jupiter does like to expand, enjoy life. Okay, so if you've been taking a bit too many sweets or anything, or too much food, then now this will be something that maybe you want to change, because Jupiter and Venus are also in the 1st house, giving you this super glow. And it can make you very optimistic and happy, and happy people like to eat nice food. Okay. So just that, maybe a change of diet. And the trick actually is to eat healthy, because when you eat healthy, you can eat more for sure. Um, yeah, so a new job for some of you as well. Maybe you're starting a new job. This moon is trining Neptune and Saturn, okay? And maybe you need some time to adjust, but you might be with colleagues that are really supportive, support you in your work, okay? New clients that are coming in. The Sun and Uranus are in the 12th house, so you might be a bit restless, having trouble sleeping at some times. So for you, my lovely Cancer, I recommend you to journal and to write down everything. We have Mercury at 27 degrees, so close to your sign, in a square with Neptune. So make sure that you have, at work, that there are no miscommunications, because there could be some miscommunication happening. But if you're in the creative field, spiritual field, it's very positive actually to have Neptune there. You're going to be super, super creative. Mars is in Taurus in the 11th house, squaring Pluto in the 8th house. So you're going through this massive transformation. Okay. Pluto in the 8th house is taking off all the layers, like an onion, you're going to be peeled up. And the positive, a flower is going to come through like that. Okay, so there's definitely a life death rebirth happening. And with Pluto retrograde, you're going to go really like you're internalizing maybe your freedom. Like, did you feel free when you grow up? Do you feel like you can be yourself among friends? There could be some power struggles with friends, okay? Money issues with friends, so be careful with that. Also, not a great time for loans or, maybe some issues with organizations, um, like insurance, paperwork. Just make sure that you check all those things. Unconscious anger coming up, subconscious anger towards your friends that need to be talked about. Yeah, this full moon is also squaring the nodes. So, yeah, if you're traveling, just watch your diet because the North Node is in the ninth house. If you're studying, you're making over hours, just, yeah, see what you can and can't eat. Also, this is an energy of pets, right? Maybe you're getting a new pet, and that's gonna change when you're going to travel. You have to find somebody to watch your animals when you are away. So we have Venus and Jupiter in the first house. So Cancer, absolutely. This time, you will feel it on the end of May, but June is fantastic month for you. I cannot, I'm so excited to make this video. Okay, now you will have already a taste of this energy. And Venus is going to be squaring Saturn for now. Okay, so maybe good things are happening and you feel like, am I worthy of that? Do I deserve that actually? So it's really about self-love and self-acceptance. And even maybe work can be different or difficult, or you have a problem with your boss. You find the confidence within yourself. Sometimes this boss is going through their own stuff at home and they're cranky, and reacting it on other people is not the right way. But you know um sometimes people don't know what they do to others. They are not conscious about it. And I know when you're awake and things are so strange, like, it's so simple. Why don't you see certain things, right? But we have to respect everybody at the level that they're at, right? And also understand that if someone is hurtful to you, very often it's because they are going through something themselves. Not saying it's good, but yeah, make sure to have good boundaries, okay, my lovely Cancer. That's crazy, this card that I just got. That's insane. So I have these heart cards, and I thought it would be so nice to do that because I feel like putting in some positivity today. So I am the center of peace. That's what I felt. Like, you're the center of peace. And if you're peaceful, like, people are gonna kind of calm down around you. In peace, I live and move and experience life because I keep myself centered in inner peace. I have peace in my outer world. So if you believe, you trust yourself, you love yourself, you don't need to react anymore, right? And that's so much easier said than done. A journey I had to take myself, right? As well, like constantly being triggered, especially by family. Trigger, and not reacting is not so easy. But it can be done if we put our energy in our heart space. And it will take time and with peace, with the right path for you, peace will enter and it will become easier. But be gentle to yourself. You're doing so well. So that is my message for you, my amazing Cancer. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it. I would also love to hear from you what your plans are. And yeah, I'll see you next time, my lovely Cancer. Let's move on to Leo. So, Leo, Sun and Rising. This will highly impact you, especially if you have planets, Sun and Rising at 9 degrees in Leo, because we have this fellow fire sign in a trine in your fifth house. So, this is a wonderful time for creative projects, and it's actually creating a grand trine in fire. So, we have Saturn and Neptune there in the ninth house, and it's, a time for following your passion, time to prepare. Jupiter is about to go in your sign end of June. So this is a time to prepare. If there's anything you want to do that makes your heart like burst, now is the time to start. It could have to do with difficulty at work, okay? Because we have Mars there in the 10th house and it's squaring Pluto in the 7th. So difficulty at work, or maybe work is very demanding and it creates a bit of tension with your partner, okay? Um, because fifth house moon there could also mean that you're trying to conceive and your partner is like, you're always at work. Like, you have to help as well. Or even with children, there could be some conversations there, or some planning to have children. A new romance could be coming in your life and you're just a little distracted. Like, work? What? I need to work. Um, so yeah, there will be some distractions, some difficulty, like I said, in the workplace could be going on, like difficulty with a boss, but actually you will calm down when you're with your friends, okay? We have the Sun and Uranus in the 11th house, so friendships, it will, maybe you need some time after work to do something fun or do something with your children and your friends. Those things are very good to do. Um, we have this full moon in the squares with the North Node and the South Node. So it's just a time to watch a little bit for budget when it comes to, having fun. Not to overspend, because the South Node in the second house can sometimes drain your money, especially for Leo rising. But yeah, it's a beautiful time to have fun, maybe changes in your career, but it's gonna be for the best, because you will start with Jupiter in the first house. It's a new cycle. So maybe you will start something new. Maybe you're thinking about launching your own business. Venus and Jupiter are now in the 12th house. So if you're on a spiritual journey, you can have vivid dreams. You can have even past life memories coming up, because we're talking about water here and water holds a lot of memory. So beautiful time to, meditate, to swim actually. And Venus is squaring Saturn in the 9th. So maybe your own experience is going to change the way you see things. And this is something I have realized, that I cannot convince people of a spiritual journey, right? You can't do that. You have to experience it yourself. So I can talk about it. That would be my experience, but each person will experience it in a different way. And then we realize that, we carry Christ consciousness. You not only read about it, but you will feel it. And that is what matters, right? If we feel it, we know it. And you can't convince anyone. So even if you're on the spiritual path, convincing someone is never good, because everybody has free will to explore what they want to explore, believe what they want to believe. And also, my truth is not someone else's truth. So in this way, we create a lot more harmony if everybody thought like that, right? So let me get you a heart card for my lovely Leos. Oh, I got the same for Cancer, and I love this for you. I am the center of peace. Okay. So in peace, I live and move and experience life because I keep myself centered in inner peace. I have peace in my outer world. So when we are centered in ourselves, which is not always so easy because there's so much outside noise, but when we try, we will, see that even difficult situations are trying to teach us something. Your intuition will be more clear. So if, there's some kind of panic, you can focus your energy on your heart, and then you will have more clarity on things. Okay. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Leo. If you like this video, subscribe to it. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's go to Virgo. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this full moon in Sagittarius on the 31st of May at 9 degrees in your fourth house. So some of you Virgos are moving for work even. Okay, we have the Sun and Uranus there in the 10th house. So, work can go very fast right now. We have, Gemini is fast. Uranus is quite, can be a bit scattered, but can also bring a lot of opportunities coming and going. So, if you're self-employed, you will have clients coming and going. Um, Yeah, maybe you're traveling while working, okay? Because we have Sagittarius in the fourth house, which is the sign of traveling, moving abroad. Some of you Virgo risings definitely live abroad. And we have this trine with Saturn and Neptune there in the eighth house. So maybe there are some things that you need to talk about with your family. You could be traveling to family as well. And it's hard to be fully vulnerable about certain things, okay? So that could be a little bit of a trigger that could come up, but because it's a trine, you will overcome this and you will talk things through with each other. We have Pluto there in the sixth house retrograde. Okay, trining the sun and Uranus. So you have immense power to get your work done, get stuff done. But Pluto is retrograde, it's internalizing things, and we have to watch our diet, okay? Don't work at the cost of yourself. It's a very Virgo thing. I'm a Virgo myself. I struggle with that sometimes. I enjoy work so much, but I also have to rest and, especially if you do what you love, so your hobby is your work, it's very hard to stop that. So, yeah, take care of your health, eat healthy. We have Mars in Taurus in the ninth house, okay? And it's squaring Pluto in the sixth. So once again, if you travel, watch out what you eat. You could be eating something that's not 100% okay. Um, yeah, get everything prepared. There could be some struggles with a pet sitter as well if you're traveling. So make sure to have a good agreement or make them sign a little contract. Yeah, that's gonna be helpful, okay? So, talking about contracts or talking about communication, we do have Mercury very strong there in the 10th house, but it's squaring Neptune in the 8th. So, once again, go over everything. Even there could be some, you need to put in work in mortgage if you're buying a house, in insurances, paperwork. Okay, dive into that. And then it's going to work out because it's a trine. So then it will work out. Jupiter and Venus in the 11th house. So Virgo, this month is already good, but June is going to be amazing because Jupiter will be in conjunction with Venus. I'm going to talk about it next soon when I'm going to record the video for June. But you're already going to feel it a little bit, okay? You're going to want to hang out with friends, hang out with your family. But Venus is in a square with Saturn, okay? So maybe not a good time to share some of the things regarding money with your friends. Lending money to friends is a big no, actually, right now. On multiple layers, it's not a good idea. Yeah, even there could be some struggles actually with the father for some of you. Okay. So that would, no, I'm gonna give you a heart card. I forgot about it. A heart card for my Virgos. Ooh. It's a time to have fun with Jupiter and Venus in the 11th house. Don't feel guilty about it, okay? My life is a joy. I go for the joy. Life is here for me to enjoy today. So, sometimes we feel like we shouldn't have too much fun, but, enjoying life is also part of it. We also should do fun stuff. And I feel like a second card for you today. I don't know why. I heal myself on all levels. Like some of you are definitely going deep into your emotions, changing your diet, and it's going to pay off. Wherever I am, there's a healing atmosphere. It blesses me and brings peace to me and to all those around me. So that's where I'm going to end things. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to help me extend my channel, subscribe to it. Also, leave a comment below how everything resonates with you. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Libra. So Libra is dominant rising. We have this full moon in the sign of Sagittarius in your third house. What a beautiful time to travel, to go on a trip, to explore, to study. It's a good time for studying, learning about philosophy, but especially also astrology, because we have the sun in a conjunction with Uranus there in the ninth house. So I know there's some Libra rising who are definitely looking into astrology, maybe want to study astrology. Um, Also, I haven't really publicly announced it yet. But yeah, I do also one-on-one, I teach people astrology, okay? I teach people how to learn how to read it, but also how to become an astrologer. Okay, you find that on my website. I'm already started with some students. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, if that would be you with those beautiful planetary alignments, then yeah. We have Venus and Jupiter in the 10th house. So for a career, it's definitely very, very good. Now the thing is that Venus is squaring Saturn in the 7th. So even though your work's going very well, maybe it is a bit difficult for your partner, okay? Maybe less attention is going there. So, and also don't let, your business partner even, or your partner kind of make you feel like you're not worthy of the success, okay? It's a time for success. June is going to be extremely good for you, Libra, extremely good. So yeah, if you're thinking about starting a business or looking for a new job, start now. It's gonna be the best time to do that. This full moon is also squaring the nodes. So yeah, listen to your body, okay? Don't skip food or, you know, do too much. Rest when you need to, go to the gym when you need to. There's just a lot happening in your life right now. It can be very up and down, a lot of opportunities, a lot of restlessness. If you're a teacher or you're doing some research or you're doing exams, very good time, okay? Because also the sun is in a trine there with Pluto, so you're gonna get support to get it done. There will be a lot of power in you. Look at that card. I'm just gonna read it for you. All changes are easy for me to make. So maybe you're thinking about making a certain decision, and Mercury's in Gemini. It's strong, but it's squaring Neptune, so it might be a bit foggy. Will this full moon be good to make decisions? It's a good time for you to journal and to really daydream, to think about it, to meditate. Okay. The moment I'm willing to change, the universe begins to help me. It brings me whatever I need. So even if you're looking for change, right? And sometimes people want to rush it. I want things to happen now. No, 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 no. Right. And then it comes all at the same time. And you're like, oh, I missed those times where it just everything was calm. But yeah, patience is big. Okay. But for you right now, it's definitely a time where a lot of things are happening. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, Libra. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Sagittarius on the 31st of May, 2026 at 9 degrees. We're going to have that in the second house. So new money opportunities might be coming in. Especially if you're working as a teacher or you're working in the travel industry, doing anything related to sports, you're going to make extra income. Even a positive attitude might attract clients, okay? You have Jupiter and Venus there in the 9th house. So you might even be traveling or in a study, and people get interested in what you're doing. So new clients can be coming in, more money. Uranus is there in the 8th house in a conjunction with the sun. Very good for occult studies. So if you're interested in astrology, actually, I do one-on-one masterclasses to teach you astrology for yourself. Maybe you just want to know your own chart, but I also teach for people to become astrologers, okay? So yeah, you can find information on my website about that. So it's going to be quite a busy time. Saturn is in the 6th house, so you could have some responsibility at work, but it's starting to pay off. Like your hard work is going to start to pay off. Okay, so this is very positive. Jupiter and Venus in the 9th house, amazing. Trining your ascendant, and especially in June, it's going to be crazy because Jupiter is going to be conjunct Venus. For now, Venus is in a square with Saturn. Okay, so maybe you're traveling and working at the same time, or you're doing like a study and you just have a lot of responsibilities, but actually things are going to start to pay off, and it's going to pay off very nicely for you. Okay. A lot of good stuff can be activated for you in the upcoming time. Um, but pay attention to your health. Very important that you don't do too much. And investments, yeah, because Mercury is in the eighth house. We have the Sun in Uranus, so it's good for short-term investments. But Mercury is there in a square with Neptune, so it could be that you're so busy that you're not really paying attention to the investments that you're making. So ground yourself before you make a decision. Okay. Mars is square Pluto, so Pluto is there in the seventh house in Taurus, and no, Mars is in Taurus in the seventh house, squaring Pluto, retrograde in the fourth. So there could be some trouble with your partner and the housing situation, your partner and your family. Okay. With Pluto in the fourth house, a lot of you are going through, maybe power struggles in the family. You're dissolving a lot of karma. So Pluto is going to show you everything that needs healing in your family. Okay. So it can be triggering, especially if you have, because Pluto is going to square your sun, moon, and rising at some point. So that's going to really bring out a lot of subconscious stuff from the underworld, bringing it to the surface. You could have a little bit of a, disagreement with a family, housing situation, landlords, okay, your partner and landlords. Even a business partner might, because fourth house is also how you are rooted. So it could be that you're feeling that your partner or your business partner is like not, you don't feel very stable within yourself. Okay. So there needs to be maybe a little bit of a discussion there. And there could also be some patterns that are projected on a partner that needs some healing right now, or the other way around. Okay. So the full moon is also squaring the nodes. So the money that you're making, you're probably going to spend it on some nice things. And especially with the North Node in the fifth house, you're going to spend it on maybe some equipment for your hobby. Like you're doing YouTube and you want to buy a microphone, or you're going to buy something for your creative projects or for your children. It's a lovely time overall. Okay. I'm just going to get you a heart card. Let's see what it says. Okay. I trust the process of life to take care of me. Today is a new day. I will have many wonderful new experiences. I am loved, I am safe, and so it is. So when we feel safe, when we feel safe within ourselves, you know, we are more patient and good things can come, because when we have space in our energy field, we are much more open and perceptive to the things around us. If we stay stuck in relationships that didn't work out, or friendships that didn't work out, sometimes the limerence of things, right? Our energy gets stuck, and we don't get to experience new things that can be even more beautiful, because we don't believe we can get any better. But that's not true, is it? So we have to believe first that good things can come to you. And this also relates to this self-worth. So you're going to have this boost of self-worth coming in during this full moon in Sagittarius. So that's my message for you, my amazing Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. So, Sagittarius, obviously, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to highly impact you, especially if you have this full moon at around 9 degrees. Okay. It's going to be your first house. So, it could be the new start of something. Okay. And start of a new partnership, business partnership as well. Now, we do have Mercury in the seventh house in a square with Neptune in the fifth. So, if you're going to do a creative project together with a partner, romantic or business partner, that you make good agreements, okay? But you might have good ideas coming up. But if it comes to specific details, make sure to, don't go too quickly, that you skip some of the steps. But a new beginning, like an optimistic boost. Okay, it's like you're almost feeling like a new person, because you're ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Cancer in the eighth house. So it might have been that you're going through this massive transformation. Um, even money could have come in from like unexpected sources, not through your own earnings. And that gives a new start, a new beginning. Um, yeah, so if you want to meet someone new as well, a romantic partner could be coming in for you now. And that could be through a trip even, because we have the Sun and Uranus there in the seventh house in Gemini, trining Pluto retrograde in the third. So, you know, having a delay with your, something with your car, you're standing next to the road and someone is helping you, and this could develop into something more, okay? But you're definitely could have some work with your colleagues or your siblings, so be very careful. Pluto is there in the third house retrograde. It's squaring Pluto, or it's squaring Mars in Taurus in the sixth house, okay? Also be very careful with your health. Take it very serious, and also no excessive workouts. That's not the best time to do that. Channel your energy into your work and not into frustration. I like this saying, okay? So channel your energy into work and not into frustration, because Mars square Pluto gets stuff done, but it can also create a lot of inner anger, okay? So you decide how you're going to deal with this energy. This full moon is also squaring the nodes. So, not to forget to spend some time at home. And it's just maybe less focus now on your career, more focus on yourself, your creativity, maybe studying something, your love life. You just want to be good first with yourself, and then you're going to focus on other things. So let me get you a card. Like June is going to be an insane month for you. Like end of June, Jupiter is moving in Leo. But before that, Venus and Jupiter are in the eighth house. So there can be money coming in through different sources, okay? Insurance, taxes, those kind of things. So let me get you a card. My amazing Sagittarius. I am open. I open new doors to life. Okay. So new doors might be opening for you there. And it is because maybe you've let go of something that was holding you back. I trust that my inner guide is leading me and guiding me in ways that are best for me. My spiritual growth is continuously expanding. So life is ongoing. Like it goes as a wheel, like up and down. Bad times, then good times. And we have to trust that all the times that we're going through are always for our highest good. Okay. Even though sometimes it's very strange. Like, why? But it does bring you a new insight about things. Okay. Venus is in the eighth house squaring Saturn in the fifth. So if you are going through some kind of divorce for some of you, there could be some custody thing or financial thing with the children. So yeah, just it will end well because Jupiter and Venus there are supporting you, but there could be some hiccups coming your way. Also, maybe you're saving for your child. If you're expecting a child, or you're saving money for your children right now through this extra income. Some income can come through inheritance, which I don't like to say because, of course, that's not always positive news, even though you receive money, but still. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Sagittarius. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it. Also, leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Sagittarius on the 31st of May at 9 degrees in your 12th house. So it's time for a little bit of a rest. It's, even if you're going to travel, because Sagittarius is in the 12th house. So going on a retreat would be something good, or traveling for rest, not necessarily traveling for doing a lot. Or because we have this full moon, right? The Sun and Uranus in the sixth house. It could be that you need to travel for work, but make sure to rest. Also, write down your dreams. They can tell you a lot. Okay, they can tell you a lot, and because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and it's now in the seventh house. It could be that you and your partner are just, even if you're distant from each other, you could be very psychically connected. Okay, very good time for love. Very good time for love. Okay, especially June. Some of my caps are going to get married, going to get engaged or have a higher commitment. And if not that, it's really a beautiful time to meet someone new in the upcoming time. Okay. We do have Mars there in the fifth house, squaring Pluto in the second. So it could be disagreements about, children, about going for dinners, maybe spending a bit too much money on dinners. And you do have to talk about that. Or watch out with speculative games or gambling, okay? Very much watch out. Mars in the fifth house, squaring Pluto in the second retrograde. Not a good time for that. Creative projects as well, things that seem too good to be true, or overspending your money, or maybe underspending because Pluto can also withhold. And then it turns out that you actually did need some of that, okay? Um, I'm looking at the text. Jupiter and Venus in the 10th house. Uh, hmm, it's in the 7th house. Yeah, I'm very busy at the moment. So Mercury is squaring Neptune. Already feeling this energy maybe. Anyways, it's in the 7th, so it's related to, but also business partnerships, one-on-one with clients is going to be very important. Venus there in the 7th house, squaring Saturn. So it could be that you're feeling this like, do I deserve this? Do I deserve love? Do I deserve to be in a good business partnership? Especially if you are partnering up with someone for real estate, or, you're a counselor or something like that. You're going to see a lot of success right now. Saturn in the 4th house is kind of restricting family situations, okay? It could be a little bit more tough, or even less contact than usual. It could be very, either you're going to take care of them, have lots of responsibility. But yeah, you're going to make it work, and it's going to be really identity defining. You're going to really find this part of yourself in all of that. Um, Let me get you a card. So yeah, the more you let work flow, you're gonna feel like this freedom. Maybe, you'd like to work different hours if there's a possibility with that. Okay, I have two cards for you actually. I'm willing to change. And we have this, when one door closes, another door opens. It's only change. I'm safe and secure and loved. Like change sometimes can be strange or difficult, like when new things happen, but sometimes it's just being open to, to have this new opportunity. Sometimes when we really want something, it's not coming, and when we just enjoy the moment and enjoy, especially with these planets there in the 6th house. Maybe you like to do some hikes right now, or go to the gym, have meet people there and have a rest, and just let things, flow. And new doors can actually open for you right now. Okay. I love and accept myself. When does the relationship come? When you accept yourself for who you are, when you're not trying to be someone else, then it always comes. Look in the mirror and say, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. When I accept all of myself, I am whole and healed. So, you know, you don't have to change big things, right? Unless it's bad habits. People should always change like really bad habits with patience over time. But, when it comes to self love, when you connect to your heart actually and you start loving yourself, your character will change already, because you will start to glow. You will start to have more compassion. So I feel like a lot of you Capricorn are going through this massive change. Okay. Money and children, make sure to have good agreements, because there might be a little bit of a clash there. But new work could be coming in, but take your rest. Love might be coming in, okay? And yeah, it's a good time, but it feel like it's a bit of an open, free time where you're just really gentle and caring for yourself. And when you do that to you, there will be someone who wants to do the same. for you as well. So I'm sending you many blessings. I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. So Aquarius, Sun and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Sagittarius in your 11th house. Time to have fun. Time to enjoy, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. We have Uranus and the Sun in the 5th house. So maybe you want to do some workshops, spend time with friends, being creative, writing. Mercury is very strong in Gemini, but it is in a square with Neptune. So it's more about creative thinking, okay? Creative projects. You could be organizing workshops or teaching other people what you know. Jupiter and Venus there in the 6th house. So definitely opportunity for a new job. Venus is squaring Saturn in the 3rd. So prepare for your interviews right now if you're doing any job interviews. Don't be afraid to share your ideas, okay? You might be a bit shy at this point and feeling like, no, I don't want to share my ideas, but it's going to be really important to actually do so. We have Pluto in the 1st house, trining the Sun in the 5th, okay? So you have this inner power channeled. Pluto is also squaring Mars in the 4th, so watch out if you move around this time, okay? There could be some disagreements with contractors, landlords. This is for Aquarius rising, especially. Family conflict, because Aquarius, you're changing with Pluto in the 1st house. You're going to maybe go a new path. You're experiencing new sides of yourself. And it could be that family, struggles with that, thinking, what is she doing? She's so different, or he's so different. You're going through this transformation, and the world is not going to feel the same anymore, okay? So you might have to stand up in a certain situation regarding family, regarding houses. This full moon is in a square with the nodes. North node is in the 2nd, and South node is in the 8th. So watch your money during all this fun. Don't overspend everything, okay? Jupiter and Venus, like I said, in the 6th house. So watch out for sweets, eating too much, because you might be feeling so good. But it's a nice time to, it's a good time to get a pet as well. Okay, get a new pet. Maybe you want to even volunteer in an organization, and then you come home with one of the animals. A new job, good time at work. Okay, it's a lovely time right now for fun, romance, even, a friend could be more than just a friend, or maybe you're dating. It's time to have a little bit of fun, okay? So that would be my message. No. Actually, I think I still need to give you a card. I'm going to give you a heart card. So, this is a day of completion. So it's almost like you're completing a certain cycle. I know and affirm that I am one with the infinite power. Everything in my life falls into place easily and effortlessly. Sometimes we're trying to force things and it just doesn't happen. And then when we just let go and let it flow, it just happens at the right time. And when the right time comes, we understand why that was the right time. Okay. So I experienced that myself as well. That some timings are just, sometimes we still have some things to learn before we can actually get where we want to be. So keep that in mind. Your time is coming. Enjoy the now, I would say. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Aquarius. If you want to subscribe to my channel or help me expand this channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, Sun and Rising. We have this full moon in Sagittarius on the 31st of May, 2026 at 9 degrees in your 10th house. So some of you Pisces are going to move for work. Could be that you're moving more often, traveling for work, okay? But definitely if you're doing, if you're a teacher or if you're in the travel industry, you're a coach or, doing anything with sports, it's going to be all very, very beneficial for you right now. Jupiter's there in the 5th house, okay? Ruler of Sagittarius. So also a great time for creative projects, starting new creative projects, working on new creative projects, okay? Very fertile time. So if you don't want children, be careful. If you do want children, very good time, especially June. Jupiter conjunct Venus, gonna be amazing. Okay, very creative time. Also for love, even though the South Node is there in the 7th house. Okay, because the South Node is either cutting off a relationship that no longer suits you, no longer works for you. It can bring someone back from the past. It can just shift your relationship into, focusing more on yourself, not losing yourself in a relationship. Okay. So this full moon is squaring the nodes. So it's about balancing home, work, relationship, not losing yourself in this whole process. Okay. Um, it's just a wonderful time for you right now, especially June. It's gonna be good. Mars is in a square with Pluto, so there could be some harsh communication with your siblings, your neighbors, maybe even, um, or a trip. Okay, if you're doing a short trip, there might be some obstacles, and yeah, you might end up screaming with customer service that things are not going as they seem. So make sure to check everything up hand, even though we don't have everything under our control, but you know that Pluto is going to bring out anger when you speak around this time, okay? But if you need to study, do research, you're going to have this massive plutonic energy to channel, and especially if you're spending time with yourself, you're going to channel this intense energy into productivity. So if you're moving, because Mercury is in a square with Neptune in the 2nd house, so be aware of money, okay? Is what they say. Oh, my stomach is gurgling. I'm hungry. So, Neptune is going to, make things foggy regarding money situations. So be clear about money. If you need to speak up about something, it's the money, okay? For houses, for a new job, make sure that everything is clear. When things are not clear, it's very often because someone is, trying to hide something, okay? I welcomed with joy wherever I am. I am welcomed with joy wherever I am. So even if you're going to travel more, I like this expression also, like home is where the heart is. So you might be more on the road, like because 4th house is also transportation. So it could be you're driving a lot, or you have a van, like a van to travel, or a camper van. People love working and being with me as I express my thoughts, feelings, and ideas. They are welcomed and easily comprehended by others. So, if we know that our thoughts, our voice is worthy, then you are welcomed by everyone. We just have to believe in ourselves sometimes, right? Like sometimes, if we don't believe in ourselves, people pick up this energy. I am on an ever changing journey. Okay, my life is never stuck or static or still, for each moment is new and fresh. Every ending is a new point of beginning. So sometimes we think we are stuck and then we are not. And things can move very quickly as they are now. But it's a time to have fun. It's a beautiful time for romance, creativity. Yeah, enjoy this time. Okay, May, this full moon, and June especially is going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm wishing you all the best. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I'll see you next time. Bless you so much.